And these are the activities conducted in this head. The activities or the features or the facilities which every student would obviously expect from an engineering institute of high repute. Library, workshops, Wi-Fi, and so on. Just to mention, as you can see in the picture, this is the only engineering college, probably in Madhya Pradesh, which has a swimming pool of its own. Plus, the picture downside is a picture of the hostels, which we have in-house, hostel for boys as well as hostel for girls. And obviously, the canteen and mess facility, which is part and parcel of the residential campus. Transport, of course, students are coming from various parts of the city and they get transportation facility. Again, a glimpse of various events, workshops, dance performances. So that's how a typical SISTec student has an expression throughout the day, from the morning till the evening. That's how a student smiles being at SISTec. Few more pictures. Students coming from some reserve categories also are offered with some scholarships which we make them aware of. The financial assistance for continuing their engineering education. So, joint entrance exam is the mode through which all engineering students are getting into an engineering college now onwards. So, we also make them aware about the joint entrance examination, and recently we conducted a mock test for the 12 students at our Ratibad campus, which was almost similar to the exam which they are going to write while appearing for joint entrance exam. So, that was a good exercise initiated by SISTec. So that's all from my side, and I hope you would have known SISTec in a better way. So our guests as well as friends from other engineering colleges in Bhopal are always welcome to visit our campus, either this one or the Ratibad campus, and be part of SISTec in any way you would like. Thank you very much.
Moving forward with the program, we would like to take this opportunity to introduce our first expert speaker, Mr. Jaskaran Sachdeva. Mr. Jaskaran Sachdeva was one of the toppers of the Common Aptitude Test in the year 2012, who secured 100 percentile in the same exam.
Mr. Jaskaran Sachdeva did his bachelor's in electrical engineering from Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology, Bhopal in 2010. He has also worked as a systems engineer at Infosys, Bangalore. He is currently pursuing postgraduate diploma in management from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta since 2013. His interest areas include Java, WebLogic, requirement analysis, Unix, and many more.
I'm sure you all have been anxiously waiting for this moment, and all of you here have a lot of queries from him. So without any further delay, I would like to invite Mr. Jaskaran Sachdeva for his expert session. Please put your hands together for Mr. Jaskaran Sachdeva. Together, and the expert session they will take together. So this is going to be even more interactive and even more fun for all of you. Please put your hands together for both of them. So we have the other topper of Common Aptitude Test in 2012 who also secured 100 percentile in the same exam, Mr. Anshul Garg with us.
Mr. Anshul Garg completed his bachelor's in electronics engineering from IIT Roper in 2013. He has also worked as software developer at Samsung Electronics in 2012. He is currently pursuing his postgraduate diploma in management from IIM Calcutta. He has a keen interest in the field of astronomy and he loves reading.
So, without saying any further, I will hand over the mic to both of these experts. Please put your hands together.
Bhopal after 3 years. As I said, I graduated from NIT Bhopal in 2010 and I worked with Infosys for 3 years. Currently I am doing my MBA from IIM Calcutta. So we have a short presentation for you. We'll actually talk about what an MBA, career in MBA, how to go about preparing for an MBA, and what some of the myths that you might have heard about an MBA program. So to set the agenda, related career, say somewhere in maybe in management, or say in marketing or in operations or in finance. Is there anyone who actually knows what if they want to pursue a career in that? Or are you guys actually not very confused at this moment? If anyone is there, please raise your hand. If anyone has an idea of want to pursue a career in say marketing, HR, finance, after engineering degree.
So how many of you actually know what MBA is? What the managers do? Can you please stand and...
Only one person.
Yeah, so ma'am, can you please stand and tell the whole group?
Keep this as interactive as possible. So if you have any negative answers like that, you're free to do that.
Yeah, so at any point of time, you people can stop us, and if you have any queries, you can raise them.
Great. So talking about management degree, do you actually know how corporates work or how people in an industry or say a company they function? So starting like say for you're doing an engineering degree, when you graduate from it, you maybe take up a job in an organization and you work at the most basic or the entry level positions. As you gradually grow up, as you gradually start working, say 5 or 6 years down the line, you need to take a more responsibility. And with more responsibility, you might need to do stuff which you might not have learned in your engineering degree. Say manage people, you'll have multiple people working under you. So here I'll try something else. Yeah. They offer a diploma. So that's called a postgraduate diploma in management. So they do not call it the MBA program as such, but it is equivalent to an MBA degree. Like say FMS, the Faculty of Management Studies Delhi, offers a proper MBA degree. But that, when you talk to people in the industry, they don't, when it comes to...
Okay, just repeating the question. The question is, what kind of motivation or what student should look into himself to plan whether he should pursue an MBA or some other higher studies or go for a job or something like that, rather than just seeing, okay, my senior did this, or he got this much job, or this kind of pay, okay, if you go for MBA you will get this pay package, but then when studies and when one goes there, one finds himself very dissatisfied. So how can one think and prepare oneself before?
Okay, so just to ask, first I'll ask the audience a question. How many of you went for engineering degree because your parents told you to do so? You can raise your hand, be honest. There's no one going to judge you on this.
So how many of you were really interested in doing engineering, and it was not just because of your parents who made you do engineering?
There's only one hand, sir. So others all of you wanted to engineering right after your 12th standard. So we can assume that. Okay. So as in after you've actually studied for 2 or 3 years in engineering, and if you do not actually enjoy studying something which is very technical in nature, like say electrical engineering, mechanical or computer science, there are very limited career opportunities that await you, right? You are equipped with a particular skill set, but you do not want to work in that kind of career, then what do? Do you actually work do you take up another course? Do you take up another degree? What kind of do you actually go for training somewhere or do apprenticeship somewhere? So these are the kind of things. So if you're not interested in your technical kind of work, then an MBA degree opens up a lot of career doors for you. Say a career in finance, say a career in marketing. If you're a very person who has a creative bent of mind, you might want to work in the field of marketing, or if you actually very people person, you might work in HR, or you like numbers and you like how the stock market works, or maybe you want to go into banking, then there's a career in finance. So these are the kind of things for which you want to make a career in this, you might need to pursue a degree apart from your engineering degree. And that's why you need to realize that you need to go for an MBA program. Plus, you need to realize that an MBA program also caters to people who have work experience. So you might go for an MBA even after working for a couple of years in a corporate sector or in an industry. So like I was working with Infosys in the IT services sector. I'm sure a lot of you might get placed in the IT services sector. And it's not a very lousy kind of job, and you might find it very interesting. Some of us will find it very interesting to pursue a career that, and I'm sure they'll keep on continuing doing that. But for me, it did not interest me. After 1 or 2 years, I lost interest. So the career opportunity, I thought I'll make a good manager, or maybe I should pursue a career in marketing or something like that, or general management. So for me, that was the stage where I knew that I needed to pursue another degree like an MBA degree.
So basically, when you are a student during engineering, you realize that this is not what you would want to do the whole your remaining life. So you can do an MBA, and that opens up a lot of options for you to pursue a career in different segments like in marketing, in finance, or in HR. And second is people who are working in some firm, and over the period they realize that what they're doing is not what they like. So right now we have both kind of people here at ICE. I am a fresher, I did my engineering, and during that time I realized that okay, I'm good with engineering, I do code well, but this is not what I would want to do. And so I am pursuing an MBA from IIM Calcutta, and here we have Jaskaran, who was working with a firm, and during that job he realized that he would want to do something more, he would want to enter into some new segment. So at doing an MBA, you can change your career path completely.
To get the entry level also, like if we right now go for an MBA degree just after engineering, the kind of career opportunities that await you, or the kind of responsibilities you get when you graduate from your MBA program would be much more broader in scope and say in terms of other salaries and pay scales compared to one which you might get right after your engineering degree. So you might need to consider those options. Like if you're not really satisfied with what you're getting as a career opportunity right after your engineering or whatever undergraduate program you're going, then you might consider an MBA program. You might get a bigger responsibility or a bigger pay package. So for any reason you want to say monetary or say your personal motivation, you can pursue an MBA program.
Does that answer your question?
Already told me that PGDM and MBA fees and all that, there is a great difference between fees of PGDM and MBA. So how can you tell me that PGDM and MBA is same?
Actually, this is the first time that I'm hearing like same colleges offering both the degrees.
I inquired lots of colleges offering same PGDM and MBA with different fees structures and lots of whatever the MBA programs also.
So one of the things we're going to talk about is how to select a good MBA college. Because in India, the education sector is booming. Everyone is opening colleges around.
Some technical differences between two degrees. MBA is a degree, PGDM is a diploma. So MBA is offered by a university. PGDM is offered not by a university but an autonomous university, autonomous college. Like IIMs are not universities, but BU is a university. So you will have MBA degree awarded by BU, but PGDM degree awarded by autonomous institution. Now to answer this question, that same institutes offering both degrees, I think you are quoting example of IPER, if I may take an example. So IPER has both the departments. One department is affiliated to BU, which is offering MBA degree, and the other department is an autonomous institution authorized by AICTE to award a PGDM diploma. Right? And the fee difference comes because in PGDM we don't have regulations of the university. But for the MBA program, UGC or the BU decides the fee which you can take from the colleges, from the students. Now we have a regulation for fee for the student because we are giving degree of RTPV. But IPER would not have that regulation for PGDM because it is not awarded by any university and it is an autonomous department which is authorized by a certain government agency to award that degree. And in terms of course, they might be same, might be different. Most of the content would be same, 80% or 90%, but then there might be some flexibility because they would have flexibility to change the course or to update the course as per their wish, in PGDM. So PGDMs are normally considered better because one, they can be updated every year without delay, because university takes a lot of time to update their curriculum. But if as a college I am autonomous, I am authorized, and I know this is what is required in the market, I can do it next year or maybe next month. So then PGDM is more.
What I offer is a PGDM degree, and that is equivalent to a Master's in Management degree abroad. Whereas an MBA degree abroad, or say MBA degree out there, the proper MBA degree will be considered MBA degree abroad, depending on the college which you join. And another thing which I want to tell you is that by making a decision of from which college to pursue an MBA or a PGDM, we want to talk about that, how to select, say, a PGDM or an MBA degree, and also select the college as such. Because as there are so many colleges opening up in India, it might make a
But let's say you are a typical engineering graduate. So, I mean, I didn't have any good idea in my mind. Otherwise, I would have started an own venture and would have become an entrepreneur. But an MBA degree gives you an insight into how you manage, how you have to manage people, how do you manage businesses. So during the MBA itself, you can start your own venture. Like at our institute at IIM Calcutta, we have like 5 or 6 startups which are being incubated by the incubation cell at IIM Calcutta. So there is a group, they are calling them by the name of Jostel. So they have come up with a very big idea, and they are winning competitions, they are winning business competitions all over the world. So an MBA degree can help you in getting your idea.
It also adds a lot of credibility to you. As such, if you do not have the money to fund your venture or you start your company, you might go to someone else. And when he knows that you have an MBA degree, I'm talking in terms of, say, you have come from a good institute, and when people see that you actually have credentials behind you, you have a degree backing you, they might want to put their money with you, give you your money. Rather than if you have someone who just a basic engineering degree, do not have any idea of how to, have not worked in that industry, do not have an idea how to go about starting a company, then they might not want to give you money. So it's your call of how you want to go about starting your company or